the wildest secrets hidden within K-pop demon hunters. And once you hear them, you'll never look at this movie the same again. Starting with Mystery's mysterious mug. While Mystery's face may remain, the reason he hides his face isn't. Mystery, Saja's hidden face for workload alleviation, because animating 5 faces would definitely be more difficult than 4.
Mystery Saja has his face hidden behind long purple hair and was primarily inspired by anime. When the team was asked why he didn't have a face, they simply told Kang to trust them. It was also a way to alleviate some workload since animating 5 faces was harder than 4.
I do also like that the creators of the movie were honest about that, because the animators were working so hard. And it makes sense that the less they have to animate, the less they have to worry about. But one thing that they didn't edit out is his secret connection to Myra. The secret inspiration for Huntrix. Believe it or not, Huntrix and the other demon hunters are actually based on real-world influences. As our friend the Trends Animated will explain.
The whole Huntrix idea comes from gut rituals, traditional Korean ceremonies where
that's
shamans,
so
usually
cool
women, use magic and dance to chase away
love
evil
these dances
spirits.
and
If
the
you look closely at
outfits.
their stage performances, the dances
Very
and moves actually
similar.
copy these old rituals.
Oh wow, this makes me happy. I'm not gonna lie, why am I grinning from ear to ear? That's so neat. But that's not all. The concept of the huntresses themselves actually have roots in Korean culture. Take a look at this.
The Huntrix group is made up of all girls, and it's no accident. In real Korean shamanism, women are the main spiritual leaders.
Oh, interesting. Think about it. They're trying to heal the world during this movie. They're trying to heal the world and save them from the evil demons. But the huntresses aren't just influenced by Korean culture and rituals, they're also influenced by real K-pop artists. Which takes us to our next secret, the secret inspiration from real K-pop artists. It's no secret that Huntrix has become K-pop stars themselves. I mean, I might have listened to their soundtrack on my way into the office today. Especially since they're based on real K-pop artists, as our friends at Toontime will explain.
These animation audios were inspired by real K-pop artists. Rumi, for example, reminds a lot of Jennie from Blackpink.
I love
with
her.
Confidence and
I'm a
elegancy.
fangirl.
Mira has a more mysterious vibe, which reminds a lot of Yeji from
Okay.
ITZY. Now,
I can
Zoe
see that.
is super energetic and charismatic.
So cute.
Seems to have the same personality as Winter from aespa.
Similar hairstyle.
This also happens with the boys. Jimo, who plays an important role in the story,
He has great
is
hair.
clearly inspired in Jungkook from BTS because of his charming and seductive smile. The same way Baby is inspired in Suga.
Wait, I
Since
could
both
see the
have
influence.
that Enjo expression, but when they talk or sing, they have a pretty strong voice. Now, Romance the Lovebird reminds a lot
my gosh,
of
the same
Haejin
hair
from
too.
Stray Kids.
We love
who's
Stray Kids.
Also really cute and all. And Mystery is really obviously inspired in Jeonji from
Oh my gosh,
Only
for
One
real
Off
though.
because of his bangs and cove all of his face.
Wow, they really did their homework when making this movie. Even their outfits are inspired by real-world influences. But one outfit that didn't make the cut is even more inspirational, which of course is our next secret. Secret lost outfits. K-pop Demon Hunters is literally dripping with inspiration, down to their drip itself. However, one design that didn't make the movie was even more inspired. And our friend Channel Frederator has all the details.
Concept art reveals that the girls originally had a hanbok
Those are
inspired
beautiful.
battle outfit. We didn't see
Why
it in
did
the
we
final
cut
version,
these?
but hopefully we'll see it in a sequel or a spin-off film.
Yeah.
I'm nudging you, Sony.
Right? Come on, Sony. Like, honestly, those outfits would have been beautiful. Do you wish we had the chance to see these fits in the movie? Let me know in the comments. However, while their outfits may be iconic, they're not nearly as iconic as their hair, which also holds its own secrets as well. That makes me think of Mean Girls.
That's why her hair is so big. It's full of secrets.
The secret of their hair. Sin Sigma Facts found some pretty sneaky details hidden in the Huntress's hair. Let's see what they have to say. Did you realize the girl's hair in K-pop Demon Hunters isn't just fashion, it's a secret language. Rumi's hair is always in a tight braid. Why? Because she's holding herself together. It's neat, controlled, just like how she hides her demon side and tries to be perfect hunter. That braid is basically her armor. Now look at Mira. Her hair is wild, free, untamed. She doesn't follow rules. She breaks them. Her hair screams, I'll do whatever I want when I want, and no one's stopping her. Honestly, that's so true. Then there's Zoe. She's got the iconic two-tone split style look, half tied up, half down, and that's no accident. It perfectly mirrors her double life. Normal girl by day, demon hunter by night. And once you see it, you can't unsee it. Their hair isn't just a style, it's storytelling. That is crazy how much detail that they put into the movie. As crazy as that might sound, it actually makes sense. And it certainly makes you look at Zoe a bit differently, which is well deserved since some believe that she has the worst weapon of the group. But if you knew the secret inspiration behind it, you probably wouldn't think so. The secret behind Zoe's weapon. Many people felt like Zoe's weapon was underwhelming because it wasn't a big sword or blade like Mira or Rumi's. But the secret truth behind it is actually pretty cool, as our friends at the Trends Animated will explain.
Korean shamans used a spirit knife in their rituals to fight off evil. They throw the knife to chase the spirits, and then they call it back to bring peace. Zoe's summonable blade works the same way. It's also decorated with traditional Korean charm.
And it's also like glowing and cool looking. And you have to have a lot of accuracy to use them right? I love how she has literal Korean charms on her weapon. That is so cool. Just because people underestimated Zoe's weapon doesn't mean that Myra isn't rocking a pretty cool blade herself. And it has some pretty sharp secrets behind it too. The secret of Myra's sword. Myra's curved sword was definitely a fan favorite. And once you know the secret behind it, you'll appreciate it even more.
Myra's curved sword, Gakdo, confused some people who thought it looked Chinese, but it's actually based on a Korean weapon from the Goryeo Kingdom, which existed over 2,000 years ago. By giving Mira this weapon, the creators are honoring old Korean craftsmanship that many don't know about.
Literally, everything was so thoughtful, and we were like getting a dose of history without even realizing it. Meaning Myra's curved sword makes her extra crafty. I wouldn't have gotten that vibe from her. She doesn't feel like the arts and crafts type, but we're glad she is. But of course, if we're going to talk about Myra and Zoe's weapons, we've got to talk about the coolest one of them all. Rumi's sword. The secret of Rumi's sword. Rumi's sword certainly seems to be the most powerful weapon that the huntresses have. It's way more than just a sword, and it actually explains a lot about her role. Take a look at this.
Rumi's glowing sword is based on a real weapon from the Joseon dynasty used in old Korean rituals. The colorful designs in the sword are called jaeseong, the same patterns used on Korean temples. The sword's name comes from the 4 guardian creatures in Korean mythology. These creatures each protect one direction, north.
And I'm just gonna say, Rumi is the most protective and like the protector of the group.
East, west, and south, and together they're seen as powerful protectors. That means Rumi's role as a leader is even more powerful than it looks.
And it makes a lot of sense with her role. Also, did you notice that one of those creatures was a tiger? I won't lie, he was one of my favorite characters. Speaking of which, he has his own secrets as well. Derpy's secret. Just like the rest of K-pop demon hunters, the Derpy tiger also comes from Korean folklore. Check out these facts from Korea Unfiltered.
3 hidden secrets behind Blue Tiger that will blow your mind. First, that goofy-looking tiger called Derpy isn't just a random cute character. The creators revealed it's actually 90% based on traditional Korean folk paintings called minhwa. These 500-year
literally the exact same thing. Yes, I see it.
Deliberately made tigers look silly and clumsy instead of scary.
Interesting.
Next, the blue color wasn't chosen randomly either. While real tigers are orange, the designers specifically picked blue to give it a magical feeling that connects to Korean folklore. This matches how traditional Korean artists used unusual colors to make their tiger paintings more whimsical and less intimidating.
Know any of this.
Lastly, there's a deeper meaning hidden in the movie. In Korean folk art, the stupid tiger represented
He's not stupid.
corrupt rulers, while smart magpies symbolized ordinary people mocking them. When you see Sussy the magpie stealing Derpy's hat in the movie, you're actually watching a 500-year-old Korean tradition of using art to secretly criticize those in power.
And also, like, who would think that there's all these old paintings of like a tiger with a bird like that next to it? That's so interesting. Wow, who would have thought that 2 characters who are so hilarious could actually have such a major secret meaning? This movie is much more mysterious than we thought. And speaking of mysteries, this movie is full of them. Like, what happened to Rumi's father? Well, our next secret might answer that. is Rumi's father Guima? Well, we know that Rumi's father was a demon, but we don't know much more than that, which has led some people to actually believe that her father could be Guima himself. Check this out.
Some people are convinced they're saving the big reveal for a sequel.
That would be a big reveal.
It's one heck of a twist.
Yeah.
One fan theory that feels almost poetic is that Guima himself might be Rumi's father. It's sort of a Hades and Persephone type of love story where Rumi's mom, Hina, falls for the Demon King. According to this idea, she made a deal with Guima, let her leave to the human realm to have their baby, and afterward her soul would belong to him. So Rumi ended up being born in the human world and raised by hunters, which made her immune to Guima's influence.
Yeah,
if this turns out to be a canon, people are already calling for a full-blown prequel just to see how it all went down.
I won't lie, like you could also show this story in a sequel. I would be happy with either. That is pretty wild and makes a lot of sense. And it would explain Rumi's weird connection with Guima. But she certainly isn't the only one. In fact, Guima actually has a pretty big connection to Squid Games, which is of course our next secret. Guima's secret connection. That's right, the all-powerful Guima actually has really close ties with the one and only Squid Games. And this connection could be our biggest evidence yet of a shared universe between the two. As our friend Celebrity Idol Club explains.
Did you notice that Guima's back is the same as frontman
Literally
in
the
Squid Game
same.
Season 3? No one noticed that Lee Byung-hun was the biggest winner. 3 details prove that
Wait, look at this, the side-by-sides with all these characters.
Netflix has created a parallel universe. First, Guima's design is based on the frontman's mask shape.
Yeah.
They both radiate a demonic aura.
They are very scary.
Guima briefly transforms into a human form. Squid Game also
And that's when
deliberately
they
filmed
look
the
similar.
frontman from behind. Their body builds are copy-paste identical. This can't be a coincidence. A fan even drew what they imagined Guima to look like.
That's pretty
Everyone
cool,
instantly
actually.
thought of Lee Byung-hun's face. Here's the kicker. Guima's voice actor is Lee Byung-hun.
Wait, you're
Third,
kidding.
K-pop
You're kidding.
Demon Hunters premiered 1 week before Squid Game S3.
Wait, that's insane. Why did I get chills from that? This secret was gonna take a lot of convincing for me to believe it, but I actually see this. Also, keep in mind, Netflix made the movie and Squid Games. So, it's certainly a wild theory, but the fact that they literally share the same voice actor kinda backs it up. What do you think? Let me know in the comments. However, as crazy as that is, it's not half as crazy as our next secret, Celine's dark secret. Honestly, the fan theories about K-pop Demon Hunters have been pretty airtight, and some of the most shocking ones revolve around Rumi's adopted parent, Celine. She's kind of sketch, right? I mean, what's she hiding? Well, Mellow Art Zero thinks he has the answers. Let's watch.
She killed Rumi's mom. In one of the deleted scenes for K-pop Demon Hunter, it was actually confirmed that we would find out Celine is the one responsible for unaliving Rumi's mom. She discovered Rumi's dad was a powerful demon and went to take him out. But during the fight, things went horribly wrong. She not only killed him, but accidentally killed her best friend.
Jeez.
In her dying breath, Rumi's mom asked Celine to take care of her daughter. And from that moment on, Celine's overprotective nature was all about guilt. Every choice she made for Rumi since has been her way of trying to make up for the one mistake that changed everything.
That's a big mistake. Did anybody notice my mouth was open that entire video because I was just like in major shock? Everything makes sense now. And it certainly explains why Celine always acted so guilty. The secrets she's hiding are almost as dark as the ones in the song Soda Pop, which happens to be the next track on our playlist. The secret meaning of Soda Pop. That's right, Soda Pop is more than just a catchy jingle. It's actually hiding some secret messages that are pretty dark. I'll let my friend Frederator explain.
The villainous Saja Boys are introduced through the upbeat track Soda Pop. The smooth vocals, bubblegum K-pop boy band energy was designed to emulate the charm of BTS's Butter. The lyrics of Soda Pop subtly reveal the Saja Boys' true intentions. While the lines like "We're going to devour you" and "Drink you up" are applicable to Soda, the lines hold a double meaning for what they'll eventually do to their audience.
Well, I'm never gonna listen to that song the same way again, even if it's kind of a bop. It is pretty fun. But that isn't the only one of Saja Boy's songs that's hiding secrets. Secret Saja Boys song. Of all of the songs we had in K-pop Demon Hunters, the Saja Boys definitely had their fair share of hits. And it turns out one of the songs had a secret code name during production. Take a look at this.
Before even knowing what the song was going to be, Ian Eisendrath shares that the team would call the song the Black Hat song, inspired inspired by early concept images of the Soja Boys.
That was early concept images of the Soja Boys. That's so scary.
Eisendrath mentions that they knew the direction for the song, that it had to be dark and otherworldly.
Yes.
However, before landing on the final version of Your Idol, they experimented with multiple musical directions.
Yeah, it's a weird combo because it's like dark and scary, but also kind of like a hit. I don't know. But it makes sense because they're all wearing black hats. And while you may have thought that the hats looked kind of goofy, there's actually some pretty cool inspiration behind them, which takes us to our next secret. The Soja Boys were very well known for their good looks, let's be real. But where did they come from? Check this out.
Modern version of the hanbok, traditional Korean clothes, and they wear this during their performances. These outfits were made by a brand called Leslie, known for mixing old Korean fashion with modern style.
Wait, that's
the
sick.
clothes keep the classic Korean look, but are made for easy movement so the boys can dance and fight at the same time.
That's so interesting. I love that it combines the old and the new. It was a good look for them too. Maybe they should have named the song the Hanbok Hat instead of the Black Hat song. Okay, maybe not, but still, it's a cool name. And speaking of names, do you know why they call themselves the Soja Boys? If you don't, you're in luck, because that's our next secret. The secret behind the Soja Boys name. So the Soja Boys picked their name for a very specific reason, and not just because it sounds catchy. Check out what our friends at The Trends Animated have to say about it.
Korean can actually mean two different things, lion or messenger of the afterlife, like the Grim Reaper. So while fans think the Soja Boys are powerful lions, they're actually soul-stealing reapers dressed like K-pop stars. The name
terrifying.
Sounds strong and cool, but underneath it's dark and spooky, just like the characters.
Guys, did you know that about lions? I was curious why all the fans had lions on their merch, but now it all makes sense. But what might not make sense to most is how they all share one body. And to explain what I mean, I need to tell you our next secret. The Soja Boys share a body. That's right, the entire boy band shares one body. But it's not exactly what you think. Let's watch this video for answers.
Funny enough, despite each member of the Soja Boys having a distinct appearance, they were all modeled on the same CG body with one exception. Kang shared that, fun fact, they all share the same body except for Abby Saja because he's a little bigger and longer. According to Kang, they bulked him up by like 20%.
Oh my gosh, that's so cool. It makes sense. That would make the animation a bit more efficient, you know? And it makes sense that they'd want all of them to look alike. However, the one that stands out the most is Mystery. What's he hiding under all of that hair? We may not know the answer to that, but we do know why he hides his face in the first place, which takes us to our next secret. Are Myra and Mystery siblings? I know it's wild to think they could possibly be related, and not to mention it in the entire movie. But our friend at Cine Sigma Facts thinks otherwise. Did you ever notice that Myra and Mystery might actually be siblings in K-pop Demon Hunters? First of all, they wear matching earrings, not cute couple core, but subtle sibling symbolism. Now add this, Mystery never fights Myra, not once. That's weird in a film where even demons throw hands for fun. Want more proof? Look at her hair. Mira doesn't have black hair, and in this universe, black hair means human. Rumi and the Soja Boys don't have black hair either, and guess what? All born demons. Plus, Mira casually rocks tank tops while everyone else is bundled, like it's snowing in Seoul, because demons don't feel the cold. Same with the Soja Boys, and when Myra saw the tiger in Rumi's room, she paused, processed, and then pretended not to see it. She knows exactly what and who it is. That's some big brain thoughts. I don't know. That one is pretty out there. What do you guys think? Let me know in the comments. Now, even though K-pop Demon Hunters brought new stars to the K-pop scene, it's also filled with old ones as well, which takes us to our next secret. Secret K-pop cameos. K-pop Demon Hunters would not be the same without K-pop, and the creators certainly made sure to let the viewers know that they know their stuff.
While the girls are running down the hall, posters for the K-pop groups Meow and Twice can be seen hanging on the walls.
Right.
Number 91. Also, when looking up the top 10 rankings, we can see that Twice's song Strategy is ranked number 2. As a casual once, I personally love how the film implies that the only group that can potentially beat Twice in the rankings is Huntrix.
That is pretty cool.
Number 92. Of course, Twice also makes another cameo appearance, this time singing their version of Takedown during the film's credit sequence. Number 93. Taking things into the real world for a second, another K-pop group, La Seraphim, posted up a video where one of their members takes on the Soda Pop Dance Challenge. It's a real full circle moment for this film.
I love that they went all out to try to include as many K-pop bands as they could. The K-pop Demon Hunters is not only about K-pop references. There's also a lot of anime references too. And our next secret is all about it. Secret Dragon Ball Z reference. K-pop Demon Hunters is full of anime references. The way they scarf down ramen noodles, so many of the expressions on their face. But by far the best anime reference has to be the reference to Dragon Ball Z. And if you didn't catch it, well, luckily our friend the Frame Vault did. Did you spot these hidden details in K-pop Demon Hunters? When Zoe and Myra realize Rumi is a demon, Myra holds her weapon in a defensive stance instead of offensive. Zoe draws 2 knives instead of 6. Myra's facial expression looks like Vegeta from Dragon Ball Z. I've never seen Dragon Ball Z. Vegeta? Let me know if I said it correctly. But literally, like, take a look at this. They're actually twins. It's so good. I do know enough about Dragon Ball Z though to know that Myra does give off some Vegeta energy. The anime references in this movie really did add a lot to it. And I feel like it's one of the reasons it became popular so quickly. So much so that it's even taken over Google. The secret Google Easter egg. That's right, the secrets behind K-pop Demon Hunters can't even be contained to the movie itself. Even Google has lost its mind over this movie.
Did you know Google added a secret Easter egg for K-pop Demon Hunters fans?
No.
Try searching K-pop Demon Hunters on Google right now.
I see.
You'll see something surprising at the top of the search results. A scrolling text that says...
That's so fun.
It's a direct reference to that hilarious moment when Mira and Zoe collapse on the couch.
So we're on Google, K-pop Demon Hunters. Wait, it actually is happening. So I have proven if this were a myth video, this myth has been confirmed. And speaking of couch time, that was our final secret. What's your favorite secret? And is there anything I missed? Let me know in the comments and don't miss out on one of the next videos on your screen before they disappear. Bye.